Grievances are settled way too often with bullets in the world of hip-hop. Here are some men who killed rappers in cold blood. Nipsey Hussle. On March 31st, 2019, right outside his famous clothing store in South LA is where Nipsey Hussle would come face to face with a man that was about to end his life, Eric Holder. The two men shook hands and had a brief, cordial conversation. That is until Hussle said the word on the street was Holder was a snitch. Things turned really sour really quickly. After all, no one likes being called a snitch. Holder got back into his car, drove around the block, and came back with a loaded gun in hand. He approached Hussle outside of his store and then shot him 10 times, kicked him in the head, and shot 2 other men before fleeing. Nipsey Hussle was declared dead in the hospital shortly after. Holder pleaded not guilty to 1 count of murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, and 2 counts of assault with a firearm. His defense claimed that he had a history of mental health issues, including undergoing electroshock therapy, and that Holder was apparently in a depressive state due to his mother's recent passing shortly before the shooting. That wasn't enough to convince the jury though, and Holder was found guilty and could face a life sentence. EBE Bands, aka Billy the Kid. He was a rapper and a member of the Black P. Stone gang from Chicago. EBE Bands stood out instantly for being a great drill rapper, and one of his first songs to blow up was Demons, released in 2016. However, his career would be cut short in 2019 by his gruesome murder. EBE Bands was found in May of 2019 after being reported missing for 3 weeks. According to reports, he had been beaten to death with a baseball bat before his body was set on fire and dumped in the woods. Investigators were able to quickly identify and charge 2 men in connection with the murder. One of these men was William Alzate. He was arrested in 2019, but he posted a $100,000 bond to get out on bail. After that, he disappeared and went on the run. Alzate is now wanted for failure to appear and a previous warrant for harassment of a witness. But trust me, that's the least of his problems. Alzate was found guilty of beating EBE Bands to death with a baseball bat, burning and disposing of his body. He was sentenced in absentia to life in prison, plus a consecutive term of 5 years. He better hope they never find him. XXXTentacion. There's no denying that the death of XXXTentacion had a huge impact on the hip-hop community, not only because of how loved he was, but the fact that the surveillance video of the murder is available on the internet, and that he was murdered in broad daylight is still shocking. The murder took place on June 18th, 2018. XXXTentacion had just been checking out some vehicles at Riva Motorsports in Florida. He had withdrawn some money and was carrying a Louis Vuitton bag filled with $50,000 in his BMW sports car. Unbeknownst to XXXTentacion, he was being followed. As he was leaving the area, an SUV pulled up and blocked him. 2 hooded men jumped out brandishing weapons and demanded he hand over the money. There was a struggle and Tentacion was shot multiple times in the neck. The killers grabbed the bag and fled the scene. 4 men were arrested and charged for the murder. Dedrick D. Williams, the getaway driver, was arrested 2 days after the killing. One of the gunmen, Michael Boatwright, was arrested already, in prison on unrelated drug charges. Robert Allen, who was seen on surveillance video in the motorsports store, was also arrested. The last one to get caught was Trayvon Newsom, the second gunman. After 2 months on the run, Newsom gave up and turned himself in.